Hello again, everyone. Saka here, and welcome back to another episode of Planet Zoo Career Mode. And when we last left off, we got our gold medal at the Yamaguchi Prefecture Tranquility Zoo, and we are setting sights on the Bernie Goodwin Memorial Zoo, the last zoo in the base game. We have a few Arctic adventure zoos that we're going to do after this, but this is probably the final exam, the end-all be-all zoo, intended both to honor the legacy of the late great Bernard Goodwin as well as drive the slyly wily or inflectuous duplicitous Dominic Myers out of business. The Bernie Goodwin Memorial Zoo sits atop a small island in the Bay of New York. Or rather, it will once it's been built. So we can tell from the thumbnail, we are starting from scratch as we did with the Nevada State Eco Zoo. So pretty much the same game plan. We're going to start nice and small, only do what we can handle, and see what requirements we need to do after the fact. Let's see, it's do or die, sink or swim, and survive and thrive. But who will emerge victorious? Let's go ahead and start, and I will see you in New York. All right, everyone, this sort of looks like Fallout 4's version of New York with those abandoned buildings there, but interesting enough. Beautiful water, at least.
If it isn't person whose name I just realised I didn't actually learn.
Oh, thank you, Dominic.
I confess, I feel betrayed. Did our time working together mean nothing to you?
Nah, not a bit, really.
I gave you count for naught. Here, let me turn around so you can retrieve your knife from my back. I would so hate for you to lose it.
Oh, that's very considerate of you.
Don't worry, I'm just joshing with you. It's only business, but I am going to have to destroy you. Ta-ta.
That's a little rough.
You and I are going to put Mr. Myers out of business for good. In every sense of the word.
Okay.
I've purchased a small island near his remaining zoo. It's not big, but it's an attractive enough
Hopefully it's not
destination that
this.
It will draw customers away from Mr. Myers' establishment.
There we go.
But don't imagine for 1 minute that he'll make it easy for us.
That's a small space.
You'll have to be on the lookout for criminal ne'er-do-wells. And also, a laptop bag, which I lost when I was surveying the site. Wait, you know what? Forget the bag.
Okay, laptop bag and criminals.
Listen, if we want to drive Mr. Myers out of the zoo business for the good of animals everywhere, then our zoo will have to be the best zoo the world's ever seen. We'll have to have the happiest animals and the happiest guests. And that means having the happiest staff as well.
Happy, joy. Gotcha.
Our conservation responsibilities in pursuit of those goals.
Basically, do everything that you've ever done. Again, to a high standard.
If I've learned anything, it's that if there's one person who can build this zoo, it's you. Or me. But I'll be much too busy.
Oh, I'm sure. All right, let's go ahead and pause so the game doesn't run away with us. So we have an interesting location here. Let's actually open up. So I don't know where our boundaries are, but this feels like this is it. Like this is as far as our camera can go. So this is it. It's an island. We have to pack them up, pack them in. Let us begin. So, yeah, we need to clear up all of this space. It looks like an old logging camp. But, yeah, we're going to have to clear these out, and I imagine it's going to cost money to do that. Does this have any negative impact on guests? That's what I want to know. So, technically, none of these will affect guests. So, we can sort of build around them for now while we get our finances straight. We start with 20,000 and nothing to our name. Of course, the one thing that we are going to look at is what we have to do to get our medals. So first of all, the average habitat species overall to 70%, and we have to have 7 habitat species in the zoo at 70% and 600 guests. So bronze is pretty much a ways away. We're not going to be getting to bronze anytime soon. It's going to be a slow build up to bronze, and then I think the snowball is going to kick in. Increase average habitat species to 80%, and we can't see how many habitat species we need. Overall guest happiness to 65, that should be fairly easy. Obtaining a staff happiness of 70, that should be fairly easy as well. Just throw money at them, and it will be fine. Gold medal, this is where we are going to end up, increasing the habitat species to 90%. So that is a lot of research for enrichment items and food for sure. The guest happiness, once again, throw a lot of diverse food and drink and all that good stuff. 5 animals to a 5-star rating. This might be the one that holds us back for the time being. Looking at what makes a 5-star animal, I was a bit curious and looked it up ahead of time. Sorry about the deception, but I wanted to make sure I knew what exactly this meant before we got too far into it. And apparently it is the access of the animals from the guests. The better they can see them, the closer they can get to them, as well as their food. So grade 3 food research is going to be 100% necessary to get 5 animals to 5 stars. And what I'm thinking here is we get a group of animals together that the people can walk through, maybe like Chinese pangolin or the Indian peafowl, something like that that will not be affected by guests walking right by them, so they can be really close to the animals as well as getting full food. And as long as we have 5 of them at 5 stars, we're all set. Increasing the zoo rep to 4 stars, we do that dynamically and receive an inspection report of 4 stars or higher. So that's conservation rating. That is all that good stuff. So without further ado, let's get started. And it looks like this is the extent. One thing I want to see is if we can modify up the terrain. I don't know how far out we can go. But our brush can go all the way back here, but I don't know. Can we manipulate that in some way? No, it doesn't look like it. Just dragging until we get some sort of price change. Right there. So it looks like pretty much our building space is this. Like this wall right here is going to be the extent of our zoo. That's going to help with staff. That way they don't have to walk across the 40 acres to get across the zoo. It's not going to leave us a whole lot of space for enclosures, and I think that's going to mean we're going to have a lot of animals living together in one space. So what I will do is, without further ado, I will go ahead and get a staff area built up, say, on this back side. It may be more efficient to have a staff area in the center and then just put paths around, but I don't want to eat up so much space in the center for, terrible looking buildings that our people won't like. It would be better to have our staff area back to where most of its negative impact is off the map and never seen. Especially if we can cram it in like right on this back corner. This isn't going to be too much of a walk, and if anything, we'll put a second group of staff buildings maybe here and maybe a third group of staff buildings in the back, so we have a 3-sided strategy here. And of course, that is going to take money, so I might need to take out a loan, but we're going to start with some basic paths here. We'll work on around and get those staff areas down and ready to go, and I will be right back. All right, what I've done is I've placed an exterior square path right around here and put the staff facilities back here. So we are ready to go, though we only have $857, so a loan is going to be needed, and we need probably the biggest loan possible, I would say. Let's go with a $50,000 loan. It's a 10% interest, which sucks, but it will give us the most amount of money right up front, so we can go ahead and start building some animal enclosures and some ways to get in some food and some drink. All right, so who do we have here in our trading area? So we've got aardvarks, the buffalo, the African elephant, the African wild dogs, the giant tortoise, the bison, the Baird's tapir, the Bengal tiger, bonobos, cheetahs, Chinese pangolins, Gemsbok, Gharial. Man, having any waterborne creatures, that is going to be insanity. It makes me wonder if maybe we'll open up like a second island or something, or maybe part of this land will open up whenever we get like a bronze medal or something, because trying to squeeze in like enough water for 15 greater flamingos is going to be nuts. Okay, so we've got grizzly bears, we've got hippos, we got mandrills, Nile monitors, okapi, plain zebras, pronghorn antelopes, red pandas, red-tail lemurs, ringtail lemurs, sable antelopes, saltwater crocs, Siberian tiger, snow leopards, spotted hyenas, timber wolves, African lion. So it looks like the gambit. I don't know if we're going to have to put down one of every single animal, but I think if we start small, say right over here, if we can find an animal that can nuzzle right in here, just say in this corner, we can spend money to demolish some, say right here and build like another path. That's fine. But we have to sort of Tetris this thing and make good decisions on who exactly is here. So what is the highest appeal that we can buy with cash? The mandrill. So a female mandrill for 3,800. And looking at this, 4,000 feet with grade 2 climb proof. I don't want to get into climbing just yet. Because I believe I want to have someone researching barriers so we can get one-way glass. So next up is the Formosan black bear. Is that climb proof? Yeah, grade 4 climb proof. So a lot of climb proofing needs to be done in the future. All right, how about our grizzly bears? Probably climb proof. The aardvarks at 3,300. Now we started our franchise zoo with aardvarks a long time ago, and that is something that could be easily done, I believe. Looking at our aardvarks, 3,500 feet and just grade 2 fencing. So that is going to be the way to go, I believe. So let's just sort by name, and our aardvarks will be up top. We'll do one male and one female. Here, who is our youngest male? So our youngest male is 4 years old. So we'll go ahead and adopt Apara. And then our youngest female, who is still even more fertile, we take a little bit of hit on appeal, but we can keep her around for a long time. We will adopt her. All right, so I'll go ahead and build out this enclosure right here on this corner, right next to our staff facility. I'll get some staff hired as well. I definitely want 2 caretakers, 1 and a 2. I definitely want 2 keepers, 1 and a 2. I definitely want 2 mechanics, 1 and a 2. That way we can keep 1 on constant research. Security guards, 1 and a 2. Probably going to need to get security cameras as well if old boy is going to be sending hate our way. And 2 veterinarians, 1 and a 2. All right, so that's the veterinarians down. What I want to do is make sure 1 veterinarian is going to be on research, and our mechanic, we have no power. All right, that's easily done. Let's take a look at our power here. Yes, indeed. We can put a power plant right over here. That's not going to be a big thing at all. All right, transformer right there in the corner. And then we'll just need like another one back here, and we can complete the space. Let's look at negative impact on guests and make sure. All right, so that doesn't go out to the path, thankfully. We can always tighten that up if need be. But yeah, I'll go ahead and get the enclosure built up for our little aardvark and be right back. All right, aardvark 1 ready to go, and let's start naming and keeping things nice and organized. All right, everything will plop down. A few of our folks should go running. Yep, there they go. Our caretakers are running to grab our aardvarks. Excuse me. And everyone else is sort of wandering around. Now, what we can do while we're here is let's go ahead and get some guest facilities up and get a gulpy right here. Let's get a food shop right there. Let's get an information station right here by the aardvark, and a merch shop Try to get as much money as we can coming in. That is for sure. Let's get another restroom. Let's go with the small right here, just in case people need to pee. And then without further ado, we'll set up an ATM. Let's say right there and right there. And then let's get a few donation boxes out here to encourage people to support the aardvark. All right, so that is all well and good. And then I believe whenever our vet research comes in, yeah, we got our diseases there. As soon as the aardvark plops down, we'll start researching the aardvark. As far as our mechanics go, we are going to start researching habitats. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. Nope, that's habitat blueprints. We want... Where is our... Not shelters. I thought for sure habitats. It would be barriers, wouldn't it? Anywho, aardvark is here, ready to go. Let's go ahead and adjust. All right, so they're going to need some hard shelter, and they need some more long grass. We can do that. What we might end up having to do is extend this wall over here just a bit to sort of help them out. But there we go, some long grass. And yeah, they need some hard shelter, as I kind of remember from my franchise mode. All right, so let's go habitat, let's go aardvark. And let's get a... And we might have to hide it away. So what we might do... Yeah, let's actually edit this barrier here. Knock that down, and then extend this over here. Nope, nope, Control-Z that. There we go. So now we can put their hiding place back here, and it's going to be a little bit out of the way. All right, that should be fine. We'll make sure that that counts as hard shelter. Only a little bit. All right, I see you. Maybe duplicate you and put you, say, here. And we might have to extend. We'll take a look-see. Yeah, 81%. We've got a plant that doesn't belong, but otherwise fine. And I'm pretty sure we don't know any enrichment items. No. All right, so let's get in a water pipe back here. And let's get in some feeding bowls. And then we'll put down some medium bedding back here. So that they can chillax a bit. And then what we'll do is immediately get on research for our aardvark. Benedict, you're on it. All right, so we'll take it nice and slow here. So our aardvarks are going to be bringing in a little bit of money, I assume. What we should do, let's try... Would that be... Oh, there we go. Benches and security. So we'll put a bench right here. We'll put a bench over here. We'll need some recycling bins as well, guaranteed. And let's get a PTZ up in here. All right, can we see our security here? Oh, nice. So right here by the ATMs and the restrooms and the food especially, we can keep people a little bit more safe. All right, so that's going to be the aardvark in and ready to go. Guests are really happy and they have plenty of stuff. The next thing that we might be able to get for money, let's try the next most appealing thing. And we'll take it nice and slow. We want to make sure that we can research things very, very well and thoroughly before we just spam out all the different animals. So we had some aardvarks. Next up would be the camel. Then after that is the Saltwater Croc. It'd be pretty appealing, not going to lie, and we have a bit of space back here that the Saltwater Croc can do. If we look at the overall, yeah, it's just 2,200 plus 2,200, but a grade 2 fence. So we don't have to worry about the climbing thing, and we can put water treatment right back here to get any lake that we want. So I believe, yes indeed, we will grab a pair of saltwater crocodile. Let's grab the one male that we see. And the youngest female, 33 and 33, so we'll grab the... Now the size and immunity is pretty good. We'll grab her instead. All right, so let me build up this Saltwater Croc exhibit. What I might do is actually encompass it by a path. And then let people walk around the Saltwater Croc. Sort of make up the best use of space that we can right here. So I will get that made and be right back. All right, land is placed right behind our little shop, and we've got a nice lake back here that the crocs can swim in, and we place water purification right back here. Inspector arriving soon, but hopefully we can get some, let's get some donation bins up in here and go a duplicate, and a duplicate. One right here, a few on the back side. Sweet, and there we go. One thing I also wanted to do was get down some education items here. That's going to be in our facilities. All right, educational speakers. So let's make sure that as we are moving around, people know that this is the aardvark. And then we can do the same for our Saltwater Croc. Duplicate. Duplicate. And what's going to be good is that as people are getting their food and drink, they'll be learning all about the aardvark. So we'll be forcing them to learn all about that stuff, which is cool indeed. All right, so as they walk around, they're going to be learning about the Saltwater Croc. All right, got that all taken care of. We extended our lake just a little bit and extended the path out just past the restrooms here. And everything else is looking okay. What I'll do is I'll just add a little bit of short grass here to get rid of some of this long grass. Oh, we're going to need some rock as well. We can do that. Just a touch of rock there and there. All right, as far as plant life is concerned, they are fine. And we don't know any enrichment items. So this is as good as they get for now until we get some of that research done. Let's go ahead and sort by species. And go Saltwater Croc. And we're going to need a water pipe right there. And we're going to need a food tray right there. All right, so everything should be set. Our Saltwater Croc should be happy. And as we do some research, we'll be able to get their food increased and their overall welfare up. And already people are coming in. So hopefully they like the view of the aardvark there. Clean and tidy. Not much vandalism. No issues with energy or hunger. Ticket price is great. That's what I like to see. Getting their education on. That is very important. And hopefully we can get a few more vendors in here. That way if they need to do any shift changes, we can. So let's go a 1 and a 2 and a 3. So 3 vendors. We'll select the aardvark here so we can see exactly what is going on. And we got the large barrel feeder right there. So that's going to be 20 out of 8. That's going to be pretty good enrichment. 50% on the enrichment. So now the aardvark is going to be a little bit more happy. And hopefully that nutrition is going to go up because we have him set to grade 2 food. The next level of aardvark is going to be the bonus education and a few toys that hopefully we can use on our croc. Then our food enrichment, breeding research. And then food level 3 is level 5. I don't know if we want to go any higher than that for the time being. I think having grade 3 food is a good base. With all of the toys and food that we're going to unlock along the way, that may prove awesome for our Saltwater Croc. Now, just making sure, if I select that, yeah, I don't see Saltwater Croc right in here. So unfortunately, our Saltwater Croc cannot benefit from that barrel feeder. But we might learn a little bit something further down the line for our aardvark. Yeah, and already people are using the Gulpy and Chief Beef. All right, so what I kind of want to do is, as soon as we can, pay off the loan. We have 46,000 bucks left to repay and $13,000. Looking at our finance graph, yeah, that was our loan influx, so we have to take that with a grain of salt. That's not going to be representative of what we actually have to work with. But yeah, so far so good. No donations there. Yeah, 280 bucks donations there. And already people are really starting to get conjoined here. As a matter of fact, why not? Let's be smart about this and connect up the path. That way, if folks want to skip this and go right here, they can. And it's the shortest path between 2 points. Yes, welcome, welcome. I'm happy you're happy. Tell you what, have a recycling bin, have a bench, pop a squat, chillax. Yeah, we're really going to focus on doing it right from the get-go. We don't want to get behind. We don't want to get, over our head as far as everything is concerned, because it's manageable right now. In order to bring in more cash, we might need one more animal that we can fit, say, right here. Now, one thing I want to see, do we get money back? Okay, so it kind of looks like we get some money back. Yeah, we get money back for that. All right, tell you what we'll do. Can we do this cleanup right here? Oh, that was a nice influx. All right, yeah, so if we need money, we can go to town. Yeah, that's 16,000. Sweet. 19,000. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's what I like to see. 20,000. Let's get rid of this thing. All right, so recycling for materials. I like it. That can keep us afloat for a bit while we get our next animal on tap. All right, so looking at animal trading. And we sort by appeal. Right below the Saltwater Croc is the Gharial. Then the spotted hyena, and I think we need multiple hyenas in order to make this work. So 12,000 feet of space. That is nuts. But we only need 2, but we will be taking up a lot of space right here. That is for sure. Now, I don't know, do the spotted hyena share an enclosure with anybody? Because if they do, that might be worthwhile. If not, that would be no. It might not be the best bang for our buck to have just 2 spotted hyena taking up that much space, you know? Doesn't make much sense. All right, so all of those. Next up is our mandrill, our bear, Gharial, our tortoise. Once we get some conservation credits, that will be fine. The Japanese macaw is 1,000. Timberwolf listing expired. So we might go with the Timberwolves again. They did us well in the last game. How about the bison? You're cheap. What do you need? Grade 3. All right, do we have any grade 3 barriers that's easy to see through? No, we do not. That was what I was going to do. Before we end this episode, we want to get our mechanic researching barriers. Drink shops, barriers. There we go. Yeah, let's switch Blanche off of habitats and go to barriers so we can get steel post, then concrete, then electric, then one-way glass. We're going to focus one mechanic solely on research. All right, so far so good. Let's copy a few of these PTZs over here and look at our security coverage. Yeah, just in case old boy wants to come around and start messing with our peeps, we're going to get some coverage on here. Because that foreboding message about, oh, I'm going to get you, I don't like it. All right, vet is on her way. Who is injured here? Treating an aardvark. We need to treat this disease in the cheapo habitat. What's a cheapo habitat? I don't know. But aardvark's ready. One thing I did want to do is rename this to... We'll just rename it Salt. I know what it's talking about. Yeah, and I think we are all set up for this episode, everyone. So slowly and surely, we're getting them educated. Our animals are okay. We're taking some high appeal animals, and we're trying to get that influx of cash always in with the information center, the merch shop, and the Chief Beef and Gulpy. It might not hurt to put down another set just in case folks are over here and they want to get some information. Information there and a merch shop there. All right, vet research done. All right, this will end the episode. And that is next level aardvark, and we've got 2 toys plus 50% education bonus and a fun fact. All right, let's take a look at what toys we've unlocked. So the ball, does that work for the Saltwater Croc? No, it does not. All right, so what we'll do is we'll just go to enrichment. We'll put in a colorful ball, and we'll put in an ice ball. All right, there we go. So that is full enrichment for our aardvark. They are going to be extremely happy when the inspector arrives. 16 months. Yeah, so once they get their grade 2 food, they'll be feeling even better. And once they get their grade 3 food, they'll be feeling even better than that. And that's all we need to do is just make sure that our animals stay happy, stay healthy, and that they get level 3 food. All right, so definitely not a bad first episode, everyone, but a good approach nonetheless. But that will do it for me. Like, share, and subscribe if you are so bold. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you in the next episode of Planet Zoo Career Mode. Take care.